This is Cat from Glitoris, and you're listening to Collision on Voice FM.
Glitoris, the name in itself is, controversial, I guess, in a way. But you guys, you started out as just a one-off gig. Do you want to tell me how that even came about?
Yeah, so a few years ago, some girlfriends and I were just in uni, and we thought it would be a hilarious and strong political statement to cover our bodies in glitter and play punk rock. And then a couple of years ago, we didn't do anything for a few years because it didn't seem right. It didn't seem like a need at that point. But then a few years later, Julia did a famous misogyny speech, and we started realizing how much gender inequality there was in this country. And when Tony Abbott, appointed himself as Minister for Women, and there were more Riverview boys in the cabinet than women, we started going, what the hell? Like, this is actually a serious issue that needs to be discussed and needs to be addressed. So we approached an arts festival in Canberra called the You Are Here Festival, and we proposed that we were going to do a one-off protest gig of all women playing punk music naked, covered in glitter on stage to show the audience that, we want to take our bodies back, and we want to show that this is just a body. Why do you need to sexualize it? Why are women in this different spot in society all the time than men? And it kind of exploded from there.
Yeah. Well, were you involved in theatre or music before that?
Yeah, so all of us are musicians, and we've all played in a number of different bands for the last decade or so. And so a lot of us have a lot of performing experience. Our front woman, Kevin, she is a pretty much full-time performer, and our guitarist is also a punk guitarist. I played in a lot of bands, and we always kind of came to the same frustration point in our band. We were always the only women on stage and often the only women performing in the venue, and we just came to this point realizing that, there's not that many female role models that are musicians in Australia. You got a lot of these role models who are singers, who are the front of the band singing, being sexy, right? But you haven't got many female role model guitarists who are showing young teenagers that, you can be a girl rock guitarist. We just don't have that in Australia. There's not that many girl drummers. So that was kind of part of our motivation, was well, if anyone's going to do it, let's be those girls and, show people that it doesn't have to be just all men playing rock in venues. We can do it too.
Well, in the first bit you talked about, the politicians and that, and you are from Canberra and you were in the music industry, so you were right in the face of two very, I guess, sexist type of institutions.
I guess that's true. There's, you just get to a point where, you've been repressing it for so long, being in the music industry, I'm a drummer, so I would walk into these venues touring around the country and always get these, snide comments or just remarks that make you realize how gender divided the music industry is. So I'd walk in and people would be like, it's so nice of you to carry your drums for your boyfriend, or are you the manager, or what, or, you're not in the band, looking past me, looking at the guys, and I'm like, I'm in the band, I'm the drummer. Why is it so hard to realize that women can be drummers as well? So it's just this frustration that we're kind of fueling into Glitoris, which is all women playing really heavy rock punk in a way that is very unladylike. So Australia is quite a conservative place, and so a lot of people find it quite outrageous, which in our opinion is great. We love that people are having that reaction. So.
Well, then, with the first gig, did you actually have original music written then, or did you?
We only had 4 or 5 songs, and they were all very basic. So our set only went for 17 minutes or something, and then the crowd went wild and asked for an encore, so we replayed a song that we had already played once because we didn't have any other songs. But the reaction was so great. Women were coming up to us, and men as well, saying wow, there's no protest punk bands in Canberra. I was so excited. You guys are really filling a niche. And we were thinking, oh, God, we were only planning to do one gig. Maybe we should continue. If this is really hitting a note with people, let's do it again. So that was about a year ago. So.
And you've got the single Disgrace out.
Yeah, so we just released that single a couple of weeks ago, which is one of the songs we did write for that original event. So if you listen to the lyrics, one of the lyrics actually references the festival. It's called You Are Here Festival, and we've got a lyric that says, I know what you're thinking, could this last forever? Is it transferable outside the festival? So that was actually an interesting hypothetical question that we ended up
answering
ourselves.
Well, are you guys actually working on an EP or an album at the moment then?
Yep, so we've got an EP. It's all recorded and we're planning to release it with a tour early next year. Hopefully we will come down. Where you guys are down south, Ballarat?
Yeah, I'm in Ballarat, just outside of Melbourne. Yep.
So we will be playing in Melbourne, definitely. We played in Melbourne a few weeks ago at Tote, which was really good.
Right.
But we'll be playing definitely in Melbourne again sometime.
Did you leave glitter on the stage at the Tote?
Yeah, generally the venues don't like us so much because we leave so much glitter everywhere. So yes, on the Tote there is glitter if you ever want to have a look.
Right. So then if the venues start handing you a broom afterwards, it's not because you're female, it's just because you're making a mess.
No, very good. Yeah, making a lot of mess. Yeah.
As you mentioned, you have finished all the shows down south at the moment. You've still got Frankie's Pizza in Sydney on the 29th coming up.
Yep.
And are you planning to wait then until the EP's ready? You got another single you're looking at?
Yeah, we've got another single we're looking at releasing, so we may well be in Melbourne before we release our EP, releasing another single called Paradise. Not sure about that at the moment, but we'll let you know in the next few months what happens with that single. But yes, we've definitely got a record that we'll be selling soon.
For people who might see you when you do come back down to Melbourne, like see your posters or something and think, I want to go and see that. Describe how the show works. Do you start off naked, covered in glitter? Do you do it at every show? What's the story?
Well, we're not planning to do it at every show. At this stage, we've decided for our first tour. This is our debut tour. We play in black jeans and glitter.
Right.
But it is for the whole show, and it's interesting because this country we're pretty not used to nudity, right? It's kind of foreign concept. So when we come out on stage topless with our bodies covered in glitter, we often find the audience for the first 3 or 4 minutes are really shell shocked, and audience members have told us that for that initial few minutes is really confronting and uncomfortable. But then 5 minutes in, it becomes completely normal, completely natural, and no one even thinks about it after that. So it's a really interesting statement in non-sexualized nudity, if you know what I mean. We're not up there trying to be sexy. We're almost taking our bodies back from being sexualized and saying, we're just playing punk music. Don't worry about us being sexy. Just listen to our music and watch us have a really good show. So at this stage, we'll be doing glitter, but in the future we're going to be changing it up a little bit.
Do you ever get the audience members joining you?
Yeah, we do. So we wrote a song to get the audience topless, and it's called Off With Their Head / Take Off Your Shirt, and it's a feminist kind of song with lots of yelling and asking society a lot of questions, and always by the end of the song with at least a few members of the audience have taken off their shirt. A few shows in Canberra, we've had the first 3 rows of the audience completely topless, men and women alike, just partying, dancing along, which is awesome when the audiences really get into it like that.
Yeah. And while everything you stand for is women's lib in a way, you're also the fact that you've taken male names in the band and that you're kind of, I guess, trying to non-sexualise it in that way too.
Yeah, very true. We really encourage, male feminists as well, female feminists. We're not a band that is, stereotypically hating men or anything, Mm-hmm. We really think it's important for men and women to be equal on equality. Do you know what I mean? We don't want it to just be about women. We want also men's bodies to be free from the sexualization that's increasingly happening in Australia. You go to music festivals and you see these young men who have waxed their chest and fake tanned their chest and, are conforming to the image of beauty that society tells them of. So it's equally a problem with men However, with gender pay gap and things like that, we really want to address the women side of things as well. More women on boards, more women role models in high positions in power in society. Those are things we're concerned with as well. But it's we find most of our fans, all of our fans are equally men and women, which we were quite surprised about. But it's showing that our message is getting across to both, which is really great.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe one day you could become your own political party.
Maybe.
Or start a political party.
Yeah.
At the moment, your single Disgrace is only available on Triple J Unearthed, I believe.
To download, yeah.
Yeah.
You can listen to it on SoundCloud. We've got a SoundCloud page, but at the moment it's just on Triple J Unearthed, yep. And
you can buy it in hard copies at the gigs?
No. We're going to be having a Bandcamp page where you can download that and our merch items soon. So just keep your eyes on our Facebook page for that. We also have these adorable little badges, which are the Glitoris, the O in our Glitoris logo that's kind of like a clitoris in this beautiful stylized pink and black little emblem that we've put on a badge, which has been selling like hotcakes at our gigs. So you'll be able to buy them online soon too.
Right. So girls and guys can proudly display their clitoris on their shirt front. Yeah. Definitely something to get down to a gig for. Actually, it sounds like it's a lot of fun, and I mean, the style of your music is a lot of fun, but then, you've got this very asexual message. Yeah,
totally.
And feminist, so.
Body. Yeah, it's like they're just bodies. Why what we do with them is our business, And that whole Free the Nipple movement in the US kind of ties into that. Like, why can men perform topless on stage and not get called a disgrace? While if we do it, we get called a disgrace. So that's kind of what our song is about. Why are you saying that we're a disgrace? Do you think we're a disgrace? Like, is it really that disgraceful? Yeah.
What about a video? Have you thought about making a video for either Disgrace or for your next single?
Yeah, we have thought about it. Just trying to juggle busy lives and children and those sort of things at the moment.
I guess we can be assured the first one's going to have lots of glitter.
Yeah, probably.
And you would encourage people to bring their glitter down to Frankie's Pizza on the 29th of November.
Yeah, why not? Bring your glitter.
Yeah. I'll tell people also they can find you at facebook.com/Glitoris Band.
Glitoris Band, yep.
Glitoris.
Yep.
Thank you very much. It has been great to talk to you and
thanks a lot, Kat.
Find out more about what the band stands for as a whole and how it got going too. That was, cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see a lot more of you and I look forward. Do you have an idea when the second single might be out?
Yeah, probably if at this stage, probably January or February.
Right.
Yeah.
So until then, we just got to enjoy Disgrace.
Yeah.
Or get down to a live show and check you out and hear some new music.
Another gig in Sydney in December.
Oh, you've got another one booked?
Yeah, another one in Sydney on the 18th of December.
Where's that one at?
At, what's it called? The Tokyo Sing Song in Newtown.
Right, so we'll throw that one in too. And people can actually keep up with where all your gigs are and when the new single comes out and find Disgrace if they go to facebook.com/Glitoris Band.
Exactly, yeah. Go there and then we'll let you know about our gigs and when we get another single out.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Okay, bye, Kat.
Bye.